Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Holistic Witch's Cottage. My name is Melissa, and I am the Holistic Witch, and it is so nice to be back to talk to you again this week. Today, in my red mug, I have dark roast coffee with a little powdered creamer, and I am wearing my black fuzzy panda unicorn hybrid shirt with some black stretchy pants and big black cozy socks. So I guess it's a snuggly cozy black clothing day at the cottage. So let's jump into just a little bit of politics and talk about how everything is connected. So in the United States, unfortunately, on November 1st, some people will be hopefully only temporarily losing their SNAP benefits, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly known as food stamps. Some people may be losing their funding on November 1st. This can vary from state to state. It is a federal program, but it seems based on what I'm reading. Oops, I'm hearing some beeping. Spot. All right, sorry about that. Kitchen interruptions. Some people may be losing their funding because their states don't have enough money to make up the shortfall. In the meantime, how does this correspond with the cottage, and why am I even talking about this? Well, many months ago, I was having a conversation with another magical practitioner who was having some fears about if things got bad, how it would affect their family and other families in their area. And I had talked about stockpiling. And, you know, we're homesteaders here at the cottage. We grow a lot of our own food, and we can and preserve and freeze and do all kind of things, but I know that not everyone has the ability, the land, the space, or the kitchen equipment to do that. But I know that this one individual has a nice kitchen. I think she actually probably has more square footage in her place than I do here at the cottage. And I was just talking about maybe making, instead of spending a lot of money on that money bowl, let's invest a little money into a money shelf, a prosperity shelf, or a prosperity basket where we can put away some emergency food and pray over it for abundance, that it, you know, grows in triple, sevenfold, 20-fold, 100-fold, whatever, to be a blessing for their family. What was kind of laughed off that I was talking from a place of privilege and stuff again. But honestly, I don't think I am. Where we live in the rural mountains, we usually prepare for unpleasant scenarios. Often here it's weather related. We could be snowed in for quite a long time. We could be without power in our county. Stores may not be open, etc. Things like that. So as a homesteader, I'm pretty good at doing the stockpiling thing. So I found a common stockpiling list off the internet this morning. I don't have a source credit. It just came from like the Google AI thing. But it's similar to hundreds that I've seen before. And I'd like to discuss the magical correspondence for each of these items. So you will hear me say the words prosperity over and over on this list, because almost every item on this list corresponds to prosperity. Now, to be fair and to be very honest, it would have been much better to work on this 6 months ago, but I've actually been putting this information out on social media for over 5 years, so it's just a repeat for me. Okay? So let's talk about how to make a prosperity box, a prosperity shelf, a prosperity cabinet, a prosperity basket. You can do this wherever you wish. If you want to cleanse it first, go ahead and cleanse it. If you have your own little crystals or things that you like to add for abundance, feel free to do that. Okay, let's talk about the food. I'm mostly talking about dried or shelf-stable products, some canned products, some can be either. Like potatoes, you could get potatoes fresh from your farmer's market, or you might have a box of potato flakes, or a potato soup, canned mix, whatever. Okay, I guess it would just be canned potato soup. That's actually a favorite in our house because kiddo loves that. Okay? So let's start with rice, and I do mean bagged, and I prefer brown, but do what you wish. Correspondences are abundance, prosperity, fertility, and protection. And let me pause for 1 second because I think I might be having some technical problems. Okay, I think we're okay. I hope we're okay. So rice, abundance, prosperity, fertility, and protection. Potatoes, whether you prefer the whole kind, the canned kind, soup, boxed flakes, whatever. Grounding, healing, resilience, and prosperity. Onions, again, could be from the farmer's market, could be the dried kind in your little shaker, okay? Protection, purification, prosperity, and cleansing. Flour, this will depend on the variety and the type. Abundance, nourishment, prosperity. I have all-purpose white flour, whole wheat flour, some specialty flours, and again, I do the sourdough starter thing. So there can be a little variety depending on what you're using, but that's your choice how you're doing that. Cooking oils, correspondence varies by type, but coconut for peace and olive for ritual. Yeast or a sourdough starter, a starter like I have. Transformation, growth, and life. Canned veggies. This will vary based on the vegetable. Corn for abundance, carrots for protection, prosperity, and wisdom. Green beans for new beginnings and prosperity. Dried beans will vary, but most have prosperity and nourishment, and then beans like chili, maybe to heat things up as a starter or road opener, or also as a banisher, depending on how you're using it. And lentils for prosperity and luck. Pasta, there's many different types, sizes, and shapes, so all of that can affect the correspondence. So you may want to look those up individually. But if you're using a wheat or a lentil, or in our case we use chickpea, prosperity, luck, and good fortune. Tomatoes, tomato sauce, canned or jarred, love, vitality, and protection. And any of those extras and herbs that they throw in is just extra for your buck. Oatmeals and cereals for abundance. Now at my house, we don't eat cold box cereal anymore because my youngest has type 1 diabetes, and we found that box cereals, even the ones that are supposed to be, without added sugar, were spiking his numbers. So we went a different direction. We buy oatmeal in bulk online from, I think it's Bob's Red Mill. They're getting a little free plug from me, because we found that even though it's a little more expensive than the store-bought canisters, it stretches so much farther. So in the end, we actually double our bang for our buck on that. And they come in these nice little packages that fit nice in a box on the shelf. They fit so nice, and they are so compact. So oatmeals and cereals, abundance. And then if there's other things added like sugar or cinnamon, it's a power booster and a sweetener. shelf-stable milks or powdered creamers for purification, healing, and abundance. I added sugar or honey or other sweeteners, depending on your family's needs, for abundance, love, luck, sweetness, love, and healing. So if you feel so inclined, I would encourage you to start a prosperity basket or a prosperity and abundance box or food shelf for your own family, for a friend or a neighbor, or maybe for a local community center. You know, make that little box, put a box of rice and some beans and something else in it. Take that down to your food bank, but before you take it, set that intention that these foods will attract other foods and grow the food banks shelves with abundance, 7-fold, 10-fold, 100-fold. And together, the witchy community just might be able to help solve this food crisis while the powers that be work out the other things that are happening in the world. Now, next week, and this goes along with this topic, starting in 2026, if things don't change in the United States, some people will be losing their health insurance coverages, or their premiums will skyrocket. I know at the cottage, my husband works his butt off. We are blessed to have insurance through his employer. It is not cheap, my friends. He pays so much for that. But some people may be losing their insurance. So another thing I have been encouraging people to do for about 10 years, besides being a certified teacher in my state, I hold other certificates and things. And one that I have is I am a natural health consultant, and I've been trying to encourage people to start that herbal or homeopathic first aid toolkit for years. I've been putting this information out. Sometimes prices of over-the-counter medications go up. Sometimes those things just aren't available. And sometimes prescription medications aren't available either. That actually happened to me during COVID. One of my prescription meds was just out. I couldn't get it anywhere. It was just out for a month and a half. Thank goodness I had some herbal and homeopathic knowledge. I had a substitute I could use that I could get, and that got me through that. Now again, I'm not a doctor, so discuss any of those types of concerns with your doctor to see if an herbal or homeopathic substitute can safely work for you and with other things that you're taking, and that, they're not going to work in all cases, to be honest with you. But, some things can't be substituted, and that's a sad fact. But next week, on the next podcast, I'd like to do a little more research before I do that one and talk about some stables for an affordable herb and homeopathic toolkit. Some things that you can have on hand for just common ailments like cold and flu, but maybe some suggestions for other things too. And so I'll talk about that more next time. I'm having some technical issues today with Podbean, so I hope this one works. This is a redo. The first one was longer, so you benefit from the brevity of this one. So I'll go back and listen to it and make sure it's okay. Halloween's coming up soon. I also support the Teal Pumpkin Project. My youngest was born with life-threatening food allergies and could never do trick-or-treating. Like, we just dress him up and go around so he could see other people doing it, but we couldn't even take the chance of him touching something in a wrapper that might be contaminated and harmful for him. So I support the Teal Pumpkin Project. If you're able to do other things to support the kids, I have spooky stickers here because I'm that weird witchy lady down the street. If you can do that and you want to do that, I would certainly encourage that. I made a joke about handing out sourdough starters this year. I won't be doing that, but I made a joke about it because I thought it was funny. Apparently it wasn't. But whatever we can do to help our communities, I encourage you to do so. We're stronger together, and magical peeps do make a difference. Blessings on your journey, and I will talk to you next time. Much love. Bye-bye.